Mel Gibson. On July 28, 2006, Mel Gibson detonated his entire career with words captured on tape that would echo through Hollywood for decades. At his peak, Gibson was untouchable, a two-time Oscar winner for Braveheart. His self-financed The Passion of the Christ earned over $600 million worldwide, establishing him as one of the rare figures with both massive commercial power and creative credibility. But not all scandals destroy careers equally. Some actors survive affairs that dominate tabloids for months. Others get permanently erased for a single recorded statement. There's a hidden hierarchy to career destruction in Hollywood. Today, we're breaking down the 5 types of career-ending scandals and the exact factors that determine whether a star survives or gets blacklisted forever. By the end, you'll understand why some mistakes are forgivable and others trigger immediate, permanent exile. Level 1. The survivable scandal. Personal misconduct. Rob Lowe was riding a massive wave of fame in 1988. A core member of the Brat Pack, his 1985 film St. Elmo's Fire had made him a household name and teen idol. At the Democratic National Convention in Atlanta, Lowe became involved in a highly publicized personal controversy that stemmed from a videotape recorded during a night out. When the footage surfaced, it sparked a major media storm and serious backlash, especially because it involved someone underage. This was before the internet made such celebrity scandals commonplace, so the impact on his image was enormous. His reputation took a heavy hit and studios became hesitant to associate with him. Yet, Hollywood didn't completely turn its back. Within 2 years, Lowe was able to joke about the event publicly, even on Saturday Night Live. His willingness to acknowledge his mistake and move forward helped shift public perception. Eventually, he rebuilt his career with acclaimed roles in The West Wing and Parks and Recreation. The pattern reveals something crucial. When a scandal is rooted in personal misjudgment, not ongoing harm or exploitation, and when genuine accountability is shown, time often allows for forgiveness. These incidents fade because they primarily impact the celebrity themselves. But what happens when the behavior crosses into something far darker, when the circumstances are so disturbing that Hollywood can't simply wait for audiences to forget? Level 2. The temporary exile. Behavior without conviction. Woody Allen was the epitome of the self-deprecating neurotic, an award-winning writer-director whose intelligent films catapulted him to fame. In the early 1980s, he was romantically linked to actress Mia Farrow, who had several adopted children, including a young daughter named Soon-Yi Previn. In 1991, Farrow discovered nude photographs of the then 21-year-old Previn in Allen's home. Allen was 56 years old. Scandal erupted immediately across Hollywood. This wasn't just an affair. This was his girlfriend's adopted daughter, a woman he'd known since she was a child. 35 years his junior. The industry recoiled. Actors refused to work with him. Major studios distanced themselves. His reputation as a respected auteur collided with public disgust over the relationship. But here's what makes this case different from permanent blacklisting. There were no criminal charges, no trial, no conviction, just profound moral disapproval. Allen and Previn married in 1997. As of today, they're still together, over 25 years later. And slowly, incrementally, Allen's career recovered. He continued making films in Europe when American studios wouldn't finance him. Actors eventually returned to work with him. He won another Oscar for Best Original Screenplay in 2011 for Midnight in Paris. What this reveals is Hollywood's uncomfortable calculation when there's no legal conviction. The industry will exile you temporarily, but without criminal proceedings, the door remains cracked open. Time, persistent work, and the absence of a guilty verdict create a pathway back. It's not forgiveness, it's tolerance born from legal ambiguity. But when those same moral boundaries are crossed and someone dies, when mystery and tragedy combine with disturbing private behavior, Hollywood's reaction becomes far more complicated and the exile extends beyond the person's lifetime. Level 3. The verbal destroyer. Words that end. Careers after directing and starring in Braveheart, which won him 2 Academy Awards, and after The Passion of the Christ earned over $600 million worldwide, Mel Gibson was at the absolute peak of his power in Hollywood. July 28, 2006. Pacific Coast Highway, Malibu. A deputy clocked Gibson at 87 miles per hour. Open tequila bottle in the car. Blood alcohol 0.12. Initially cooperative, but after being handcuffed, he launched into a tirade at the Jewish officer. The exact words, "F***ing Jews. The Jews are responsible for all the wars in the world." The arrest report leaked immediately. ABC canceled a Holocaust miniseries his company was producing. The Anti-Defamation League condemned him. What most don't know, his father had publicly denied the Holocaust's severity, making Mel's rant seem like deeper beliefs. not just drunken words. Then, 2010 brought recordings of Gibson screaming racist and misogynistic slurs at his ex-girlfriend. William Morris Endeavor dropped him. The financial proof, The Passion earned $370 million domestically. His first post-scandal film earned $51 million. He directed Hacksaw Ridge in 2016 to acclaim, even earned an Oscar nomination, but he never regained his former status. The recordings exist forever, impossible to explain away. Hollywood will forgive many things, but certain words caught on tape create permanent damage. But if recorded words destroy careers in hours, imagine what happens when a star's complete psychological breakdown plays out live on every screen in America for weeks. Level 4, the public meltdown, losing control on camera. Charlie Sheen was earning $1.8 million per episode of 2.5 Men in early 2011, making him television's highest paid actor.
So you know my bowels better than I do.
I will when I pull them out through your nostrils.
The show was CBS's biggest comedy, generating hundreds of millions in advertising revenue. Then rumors began circulating about heavy drug abuse making him incoherent on set. Production halted in January when Sheen entered rehab. Instead of quietly addressing his issues, Sheen went on the attack. He gave interviews to major media outlets viciously attacking Chuck Lorre, the show's creator. He called Lorre a contaminated little maggot and a troll. He insisted he didn't have a drug problem, claiming he'd cured himself through sheer force of will.
Can you smell it, Chuck? It smells like malaria, in case you were wondering. If sad and stupid had a foul odor attached, it would be you. You gotta hate that your stage name rhymes with suck. Personally, I find it perfect.
Then came the phrases that defined the meltdown. Tiger blood, Adonis DNA. He called himself a Vatican assassin warlock and insisted he was winning.
It's like winning.
As his career disintegrated in real time, he claimed he could cure addiction with his mind and that he was a wizard people couldn't process. CBS fired him March 7, 2011. His response was launching a nationwide comedy tour that critics savaged and audiences booed. Shows were canceled mid-tour. What most don't know is how quickly the public's appetite for his chaos disappeared. Within months, the spectacle became tiresome. The industry can tolerate substance abuse if it stays private, but sustained public unreliability makes actors uninsurable. Networks can't build shows around stars who might melt down mid-season. Sheen's career never recovered, but there's one scandal type that makes even complete mental breakdowns look forgivable. One level where Hollywood's forgiveness dies completely and a jury's innocent verdict means absolutely nothing. Level 5, the permanent erasure, criminal convictions, and physical harm. Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle was one of silent film's biggest stars in 1921, making more money than almost any actor in Hollywood. Fresh off signing one of the most lucrative studio deals in history, he booked a suite at San Francisco's St. Francis Hotel for a Labor Day weekend party. During the festivities, a young actress named Virginia Rappe ran screaming from one of the bedrooms, clearly ill and in severe distress. The partygoers saw she was sick but assumed she was drunk. Nobody took her to a hospital. Days later, Rappe died of peritonitis from a ruptured bladder. Arbuckle was charged with rape and murder. The prosecution claimed he'd sexually assaulted her, possibly with a champagne bottle, rupturing her bladder and causing her death. 3 trials followed. 2 hung juries. In the 3rd trial, something remarkable happened. The jury not only acquitted him, they issued a written apology stating there wasn't even the slightest proof he'd committed any crime. They apologized for putting him through 3 trials. The acquittal didn't matter. Hollywood blacklisted him the moment charges were filed. Even after the ban lifted, he couldn't find work. His name meant scandal regardless of the verdict. He tried working under pseudonyms, made comeback attempts, but never regained a fraction of his popularity. He died at 46. Buster Keaton said he died of a broken heart. The brutal truth. In Hollywood, the accusation matters more than the verdict. Once criminal charges reach trial level, once there are victims and judicial proceedings, legal innocence becomes irrelevant. Studios decide based on insurance and public perception, not jury verdicts. And this pattern, established in 1921, still destroys careers today. These 5 levels reveal Hollywood's unwritten hierarchy of forgiveness. Hollywood doesn't operate on guilt or innocence. It operates on insurance, liability, and public perception. The industry is a business first, and businesses eliminate risk. That's the system. 1 recording, 1 trial, 1 sustained meltdown, and the calculation changes forever. Which scandal do you think Hollywood judged wrong? Should Arbuckle's jury apology have saved his career? Does Gibson deserve his comeback? Drop your answer in the comments right now. Subscribe because I'm breaking down more Hollywood scandals every week, exposing the hidden rules that determine who survives and who gets erased. Hit that button. In Hollywood, your career isn't killed by what you did. It's killed by what can be recorded, tried in court, or broadcast live. And once that evidence exists, no apology can erase it.